Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Mojo Libido, the Friend Zone Hoodeeni, the Friend Zone escape artist, the everyday man. I've escaped the friend zone and I'm not going back. I've made a vow to never, ever again be put in the friend zone, and I have stuck to that vow. And you might ask, well, Mojo, how many women have you been in the friend zone with and have gotten out of? All of them. And I'm kind of glad too, because you know what? There's a lot less drama in my life, a lot less problems and issues that I have to deal with. You know, I'm not being a Captain Save 'em. I'm not out here acting like I'm this white knight to a woman. I mean, I could care less nowadays. I have too much stuff to be focused on when it comes to me. Pining over women, trying to get a woman like me, that's not one of them. You know, if a woman doesn't like me or want me and desire me the way that I want them, then screw it. I'm moving on. There's too many women out there. I mean, I'm not being placed in that friend zone. See, you have to understand that the friend zone is not a real thing. It's not an actual form of friendship. It's not something tangible that you can touch. The friend zone is actually a mental, emotional, and physical prison that you put yourself into because you may have unrequited feelings for a woman whom considers you a friend but does not feel the same for you. See, having friends is real, and being a friend is real. A friendship is real, and there are usually no romantic interests between you and your friends. This is why I will always advocate, suggest, and recommend that men should refrain from pursuing or agreeing to be friends with women they have feelings for and that they know they have feelings for. These days, not many men and women that are long-term friends end up being lovers. I feel it's best to have the intimacy take place while building the friendship. I take this from the perspective of a man wanting a woman because, well, I am a man that wants a woman. But of course, this can also apply to a woman that wants a man that wants a man, if you're into that, or a woman that wants a woman. Again, if you're into that. As far as me and the friend zone, I'm never going back. I mean, I made the decision. I'll never do it again. I'll never be friends with a woman that I desire romantically or sexually. It's just not going to happen. I won't put myself in that position or on that road again. As soon as I hear a woman say that she just wants to be friends, that lets me know that I've done something wrong and wasn't able to keep her attraction for me going. So some guys in the pickup community will say that if a girl is hot and she wants to be friends, she could introduce you to her other friends. No, not me. No, I'm not trying to piggyback off no female to get another female when there are plenty of them out there. In another podcast I did about if it's possible to have sex or a relationship with the woman you're in the friend zone with, I stated that the ratio of men to women in the USA is 4-to-1 and it's growing. 50 to 60 years ago, the ratio was around 2-to-1 women to men. Since then, that ratio of women has grown in favor of women, and why not? Men are more prone to being in violent situations where we are being killed by the thousands and hundreds of thousands, the biggest situation being war. And that had to be one of the single most reasons for the decline in the male population in America. But these are all stats and stuff like that that, you know, you could kind of look over yourself. I mean, I'll see if I can put some in the notes or in the description, but, you know, for the most part, war has been one of the main reasons why there has been a decline in men. Yet with the ratio being higher of women to men, you'd think there would be less men with a friend zone mentality. You'd think that with there being so many women available versus so few men available, women would spend less time being so picky about what attracts them as a man and would just get themselves a man instead of placing a man into the friend zone. And this leads me to my main topic of this podcast, the hypocrisies of women and your rights in the friend zone. Ooh, doesn't it sound very fucking professional? Well, it's not, bitches. So guys, you have to understand that women are hypocrites, especially the ones that put you in the friend zone. Just to reiterate, again, the friend zone is not a real thing. It's a mentality and an emotional and mental, physical prison that you put yourself into. Women just say they want to be friends. Honestly, there are tons of women that say they just want friends, yet they really don't want to be friends. They just want to string you along, or they don't want to look like the bad guy in case they hurt your feelings, or they think they're going to hurt your feelings. Like, I don't know what it is about women these days. A lot of women these days, they honestly, sincerely feel that they don't want to be the bad guy. Like, they really, really, really think about it like that. Like, men are just going to look at him like, oh, you don't want me? You're a fucking piece of shit. Like, no, that's not what it is. The women you are attracted to know that you want them. They know that you like them. They know that you are romantically interested in them. They know that you are sexually into them. It's hypocritical for them to say they want you as friends and then bait you along. Do all of them do that? No. There's different situations for different friendships and different women. It's not all the same. But women all possess the same nature. You can't look at you being in the friend zone being the same as someone else being in the friend zone. Remember, the friend zone is your own mental prison. Before I even knew what the friend zone was, I only thought I was just friend material for a girl. Then when I found out what that word was, the friend zone, and all that surrounded the concept behind it, I was like, yeah, the friend zone, yeah. That makes a lot of sense, the friend zone. Yeah, that's what she did. She put me in the friend zone. But then I realized I made a choice. All of that shit was by choice. It was choice, meaning my choice. It was her choice to say to herself, I don't see anything interesting about him enough for me to bang him or be his girl. Honestly, when women are on the hunt for someone they want to be with, either romantically or sexually, you have to be the one to trigger certain emotional responses in them. Emotions are a woman's greatest strength and their biggest weakness. And when I say strength, I mean that women have a greater sense of emotion, a greater sense of empathy. Since women are so much in tune with their emotions more so than men, it allows women to sense the vibe you're giving off. It allows them to sense your feelings. A woman's emotional hardwiring gives them a sense of intuition and counterintuitiveness, and is their way of navigating through the world. That's their survival instinct. That's their survival instinct as far as reproducing. It's their survival instincts as far as, navigating society. Like, it's a survival instinct. Their emotions are their biggest strength when it comes to that. Now, it's their biggest weakness because it creates a nature of contradiction in them, and also women are addicted to emotions. Actually, all humans are addicted to emotions, but the female species are 100 times more likely to succumb to emotional processes than men. When you can't give a woman that's attracted to you a roller coaster of emotions when you meet her, you're not going to get the wheels of attraction rolling any more than what they were. The wheels of attraction stop depending on what you do. See, now this is kind of like dating and attraction stuff, and this is not really my thing. I know this stuff, I just don't like to put it out there because I'm really trying to help you get out of the friend zone. Sometimes I do have to go over this stuff and let you guys hear this stuff so you can kind of understand why I say certain things or what I'm going through, because then it tends to make it so that you ask less questions. I'm not saying I'm going to be thorough enough for you to be able to understand everything I'm putting out here, but at least I can give you a platform to jump off of when you're diving deep into this Friend Zone Hoodeeni stuff. So that's what some of this dating and attraction stuff I'll be telling you about. Now, it could be easier for a woman to say, fuck how he makes me feel right now, I'm just going to go for it. Like, you know what I mean? But that wouldn't be the way a woman works. She has to be emotional about it. See, guys don't do that. Guys don't always pick up that vibe from a woman about how she feels towards them. So guys are more prone to say, fuck how she makes me feel right now, I'm just going to go for it. Guys, we have to reason more. We have to look at things more in a logical sense. A woman's logic is based on emotion. A man's logic is based on reason and being in tune with the situation and everything that's going around us. That's not to say that men have no emotion, and that's not to say that women can't use reason. But men are just not in tune with emotions like women are. And it's easier and better for women to use emotion than to kind of reason out. Humanity couldn't have survived if we haven't done it this way. That's how humans have been navigating life for millennia. Like, come on, you can't be upset about it. But anyway, women are hypocrites. When women feel a certain way about something or someone, they tend to be vocal about it. They vocalize their feelings. If a woman has an issue with you, like being pissed at you for something or not liking something you did, they will be vocal about it. They usually have no problem speaking out what they're feeling about you. Society looks at it as if it's right for women to be this way. Yet if you, as a man, decide to be vocal about how you feel when it comes to a woman, then it's wrong. Especially when it comes to this whole being friends with a woman and having unrequited love for them. Like, dude, she tells you she's not interested in you in that way, and you've been friends with her for years, and you're feeling like, I've shown you everything that you wanted in a man. I do all of these things for you, and you're my best friend, quote unquote. We would make the best lovers ever, so you think. And you're telling me you don't want it because you don't look at me in that way? Yet you tell me all the time that you love me. And it's not that she doesn't love you, you're her emotional boyfriend. She looks at you like her best friend forever or for life, especially if you've known her for a very long time. You are her emotional boyfriend. Sorry, that's how it goes. You fulfill the emotional need. She just doesn't look at you in a sexual manner because you don't do what is necessary for her to look at you in a sexual manner. Maybe you don't know how to, and by a certain point, she has pushed down those sexual desires for you and can't or won't find it in herself to draw those type of desires back up for you. So back to what I was saying. So she tells you she's not interested in you at all. She doesn't look at you like that. She doesn't want you like that. But you have been around her so much, all the time, to the point where people think you're an item. You go on trips together. You go out to eat together. You take pics and things together. The list goes on. She has no other man to do these things with. She could be banging some other dude and you wouldn't know it, or you do know it and you don't care because that's not her boyfriend. But I can guarantee that when she does get a boyfriend, she's not going to be doing that stuff with you anymore, especially if she's really into the guy she's dating. Plus, her boyfriend ain't going to be cool with that. He'll sense that you have this thing for his girl, and he's not going to want that. If there is one emotion men can feel and put off all the time, is jealousy. That's because we are so territorial, period, point blank. We are territorial creatures. Women are territorial too, but they mark their territory in different ways, you know. But this girl, your friend, her mindset is, yeah, he gives me everything I want and everything that I need, but I'm also not attracted to him physically. Well, get attracted to him physically. Do what men do. Find reasons to create this image of your friend in your mind as to why he's so physically attractive that you gotta bang him. Like, come on, get with it, girls. Women can't do it because they are so emotional that they just can't look for this stuff. They have to feel it. It's one thing for them to see it, but they have to feel it. When a woman sees something or sees someone she's attracted to and they desire that, they begin to have feelings. And then they have feelings on top of their feelings. And then they have feelings on top of those feelings. And they're going through so many different waves of emotion. If that doesn't continue with you, then they're like, I don't want it. I don't want what I can have. I want what I can't have. And that's hypocritical. You know, you want something and you can have something, but because you can have it, you don't want it? That's hypocritical. Plus, a woman can tell you when she's pissed at you for something, or when you've upset her or did something that she didn't like. She can be extremely vocal with you about how she feels when she doesn't care for your actions or your behaviors. But as soon as you express your feelings about being pissed, that she won't be involved with you past being friends, even though you've gone out of your way to show her that you're worthy of more, then you're wrong. How many times have you gone through a situation when you're around your quote-unquote friend, the girl you're in the friend zone with, right? And, you know, you do something, maybe you decide to change up the way you act around her for at least a little bit. And she gets pissed because, look, it's not what you do. It's not how you act, this, that, and the other. And she gets mad at you. And she becomes very vocal about it to the point where she doesn't seem to even let the shit go. She just keeps going on and on about it. And you're like, you know, what she's doing is she's flexing her power and she's pushing you back into that friend zone mentality. Because when you start to do things differently in the friend zone and you start to change your ways, it creates an emotional thing for her where it could be where either she could see that you're becoming attractive, or it's pushing certain buttons that could lead to attraction. She don't want it to go there, because when you give a woman a sense of power and you give her certain powers over you, she does not want to lose that power over you. Once she has it, she doesn't want to let it go. And when I get to a certain point, I'm going to have an episode up about power. and you'll have to find it. So, but it's a great episode. It really talks and goes deep into the mechanisms of the friend zone and how you actually get placed, how you place yourself in the friend zone and things of that nature. It ain't just dealing with dating and attraction. That's only part of it. The biggest part of the friend zone is your mentality and the power that you give. And when you start to try to take that away, even if you're not unconsciously trying to take it away, and it's just something that you want to do because this is how you really are when you're not around her, that's not going to work for her. And she'll do whatever she can to prove that you are in the wrong and push you and place you back in that friend zone. She is checking you and she is testing you. And when you fall back to the area that you were, to whom you were, then she's realized she still has that power over you. And quite honestly, some of these girls, their heads are so fucking full, man. It's just, you know what? I'm gonna keep going. But this is why women and many white knight men who are just looking to gain more acceptance from women will attack you and the nice guy, saying that you really are not a nice guy. You're an asshole, a jerk, because you were being nice to her for so long just so you can get something from her. Well, isn't that why you're nice to people all the time? What do we have relationships for? What do we have friendships for? To get something out of the other person. And if we can't have what we want from them, or if what we want from them we can't have from them, then we have to be out. Look, I can't get trust out of you. I can't trust you. So should you be mad or pissed at me because I decided to say I don't want to fuck with you because I don't trust you? So then why should a woman you are friends with be pissed off if you say, well, since you don't want to be more than friends, I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to be friends with you no more. If I call you a bitch, then so what? You're a bitch. You know exactly how I felt about you, but you kept stringing me along and you could have cut the ties. When I wanted to leave and I wanted to get away, you kept pulling me back. You'd always find ways to get me to come back. You knew what would get me to come back because you were afraid of losing me, of losing your power over me. See what I mean? You knew I was getting fed up. When I wanted to leave you, you consciously wanted to play this role like you didn't understand why. Like, why is he being this way? Why is he not talking to me? What did I do to him? You kept leading me on. Every guy that's friends with a woman is friends for different reasons. Different situations and different circumstances have come about to create that friendship. And women treat different guys who are their friends differently. Women that have a lot of male friends, nah, that's the last thing you should have been doing, is giving a woman like that all of or a lot of your time and attention. This is why they are hypocrites. Instead of them realizing that you are not a jerk because you didn't just want only one thing from them. If so, you wouldn't have been their friend. You wouldn't have even decided to go down that road if there was only one thing you wanted from them. So instead of them realizing that you're not a jerk and say, okay, I understand, and then letting you leave, they'll just sit here and say, you only wanted one thing from me in this whole relationship. Like, yo, I've been telling you this shit for a long time. You know, guys who are in the friend zone, nice guys or whatever, these guys that are in the friend zone, trust me, after so much time, you got people telling you in your ear, just tell a girl how you feel. Tell her how you feel. Have you told her how you felt? And when you tell her, she says things like, well, I'm sorry, but I don't look at you like that. You're like my brother, or you're like my father, or you're like my cousin, or you're like, you're just like my best friend. And I really can't see you like that. I just don't find you. You know what I mean? Shit like that. They know. You're telling them. You're telling them. And when you tell them and they keep you around, you're telling them and they keep you around, they still have power over you. If you don't walk away and leave them and shut them down, then they're going to continue to give them that power. But if you tell them and they know, and instead of them letting you go, they're being hypocrites. So do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're being hypocrites. Being a hypocrite is like, okay, saying one thing but doing something else. Okay? Acting like you're about one thing but being like you're something else. You know? Like, you know, it's contradictory. Are we as men not allowed to feel emotion? Are we not allowed to be upset and pissed off and feel like we spent so much time and effort and energy trying to get women we are in the friend zone with to see us and want us for who we are, and they just won't because they know it, because they've been knew it, they've been felt it, they've been see it, but they just decide, nope. Hell, these friend zone women know that these men are the best men for them. But they decide to take what you give them and use it as a prototype for another man, for the type of man that they want. But they don't want the man that is right there next to them, riding with them through thick and thin. How is that not hypocritical? I stand up for the nice guys because, one, I'm a nice guy. I've never actually changed my nice guy colors. I'm going to always be a nice guy. But I stand up for the nice guys because nice guys don't stop being nice to all people. If they get mad at a friend zone woman they're attracted to who doesn't want them. Nice guys don't stop being nice. It's not something you do once as a person. Nice guys do good for people all the time, and they get taken advantage of all the time. They do. And women are being hypocritical when they say guys are not allowed to be angry and are jerks for getting mad at a woman they have been stuck in the friend zone with for God knows how long if she doesn't want to be with them. A woman would get mad if he didn't give her what she wanted, so men are not allowed to be mad. A woman would be more pissed off if you just walked away. So, to kind of back up, I said, nice guys do things for people all the time and they get taken advantage of all the time. And there's nice guys out there that won't let people take advantage of them. And then what happens is when they see that somebody's trying to take advantage of them, they leave them alone. They stop dealing with them. And then that person that was taking advantage of them or treating them like shit or whatever, they get pissed off. They'll get mad. It doesn't matter if it's a friendship or a relationship. They get mad. People will get mad when you take away things from when you've been doing something for them for so long. They'll get pissed if you decide to want to walk away from it. Like, yo, you've been doing this shit for me all this time. Why are you trying to walk away now? Instead of just saying, look, thank you for everything you've done for me. I know you feel like you need to move on. It's okay. If you need anything, I got you. I'll be here for you. The people don't think like that. I'm just going to say this now, but even as a nice guy, you have every right to get angry about something, to be pissed off about something. You have every right, and no one should be able to take that right away from you. You have every right to be mad and be angry and to walk away from this friendship because you know that you wanted something from her. And you kept telling her you wanted something from her. And you kept showing her that you wanted something from her. But she just kept leading you on and stringing you along when she didn't have to. You have that right. So guys, if you have a friendship with a woman you have unrequited feelings for, and you've been dealing with them for so long, don't even give them the satisfaction of getting mad at them. Best thing to do, just walk away. Walk away now. Because this is not a friendship. You've never had a friendship. It will never be a friendship. It is not a mutual platonic friendship. It is on her terms and not yours. You have the right to be pissed and be gone. What you don't have the right to do is to take it out on her. Walking away is not taking it out on her. That's you taking back your life. That's you taking back your power. That's you saying, okay, I've had enough. I'm done. There's no more reason for me to even stick around. I can't be friends with you because I want you more as friends. And there's no reason for me to stick around here and just continue to endure this torture. You have the right to walk away. And walking away is not taking it out on her. It's you taking back your life. Telling her how you feel when you're pissed about her not wanting you in that way is not taking it out on her. You are allowed to tell her that. You're allowed to say that to her. Even if you're kind of angry about it. Just, you know what? Fuck you. I loved you for so long. I've been in love with you for so long. I've wanted you for so long. This, that, and the other. I've been here. I don't give a fuck how you look at me. I don't care. I love you, and I'm going to love you, and it's pointless that you want to just be fucking friends. And you keep dating and dealing with these assholes and these jerks that don't know what the fuck they're doing with you. They can't handle you and deal with you like I can deal with you. They won't give you the things that I give you. But you want to find a guy just like me. Fuck you. I'm out. Fuck you, bitch. I'm gone. Calling her, hell, even calling her a bitch because she knows you want her and she does whatever to string you along is not taking it out on her. So what is taking it out on her? Well, being spiteful, being vindictive, being violent, stalking her, breaking her shit, saying really mean shit to her that you could never take back if you tried, harassing her, shit like that. Those things you don't have the right to do. Once you speak your piece and you say what you got to do, or you just leave and you be gone, that's it. Leave it alone. Let it go. It's done. It's over with. Release that pent up pining and love and energy that you had for her. Release it out into the open. Put it out to the universe and the cosmos. Let it go. Keep it there. Let it go. It's done. It's over with. Once you walk away, it's over with. Take a deep breath, a sigh of relief, and go. You know, a few words of anger or disappointment is one thing, but going to extremes with your emotions over not getting what you want is something totally different. Because if you let it get to the point that your anger has gotten that strong over time with every rejection, every excuse, every ex-boyfriend, every fling, every casual sexual friendship that she's had that's not you, then that is your fault. You're being hypocritical to yourself, and you're by not walking away sooner. That's your fault. You know, these are just, we have choices, guys. Every time you stick around, every time you deal with this friend, this woman who you consider a friend, I don't care how many of them there are. Every time you deal with these women and you take their shit and you take their tests and you deal with their nonsense and their anger and you sit back and you watch them go through this shit with their boyfriends and these flings, and you run around doing all this stuff for them, and they don't give you what you want every single time. That is your choice. It's what you've chosen to do. Okay? And it's your fault if you stick around and you don't get what you want, and instead of just leaving, you're being that hypocrite to yourself. This is Mojo Libido, the Friend Zone Hoodeeni, just trying to open up the minds of some men in this country, on this planet, who are dealing with that mental, emotional, and physical prison they place themselves into with a woman called the friend zone. Break free, my friends. I'm out.